What is up guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash with Still, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at another GML, German Midweek League war. God, that was a mouthful to say. And again we have Die Crew, again this is against Landvogt 2. Yeah, sorry, definitely butchering that name, but you can see a pretty exciting war again for you guys. Die Crew winning another one by 4 stars, continuing their winning streak in GML. So thank you so much, first of all, for all those who've supported in my previous videos. These GML videos have been getting much higher than average views for my channel, so I'm guessing the Die Crew and the German community are really enjoying the videos, or I'm guessing so. I'm getting a lot of great feedback from them, a lot more comments than usual, also getting a lot of likes on those videos. So just want to say thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. If you haven't already, leave a like, why not? Leave a comment too. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. So we're going to be starting off here with going in on their number 24. We have Sugar Daddy here from Die Crew going against Chili from, I'm just going to call them Land because I'm probably butchering the name for sure. Going to be going in here with probably one of the strongest Town Hall 10 strategies in the game. We have P.E.K.K.A. and Hog Riders. So basically what we do is we clean up some of these earlier structures, or the junk structures on the outside, with some P.E.K.K.A.s. We have a few wizards as well. Gonna get that wall wrecker in. We're gonna get the king and queen in. We're looking to take out the enemy queen, the enemy king if we can, and also the enemy clan castle here. All the key things you would usually take out with a Hog Rider push. But in this we have those P.E.K.K.A.s, which at Town Hall 10 can do so much damage, those level 6 P.E.K.K.A.s. You can see here we have Chili with a max level balloon in the clan castle coming out to defend there. Also that lava hound, which will hold up our troops for a little bit, but unfortunately it looks like the queen has pushed around to that right hand side, so might cause Sugar Daddy a few issues here. But the balloon went down to that poison spell, which is just as well, as it would have roasted these bowlers. But you can see just the amount of value these bowlers get from this base, completely wiping out a lot of this section. Going to be getting these Hog Raiders now in from the bottom section of this base. Going to be pushing right up through towards this multi-target Inferno. Also going to be getting a couple other ones in from this right hand side. We also have the queen still doing a bit of cleanup work along that section to help them a little. Heal spell goes down through that multi-target Inferno. A few skelly traps already popping up, so may cause us a few issues. Another heal spell down pretty much straight away to get us through that bomb tower and through the wizard tower as well. We are now onto the town hall there on the left hand side with those P.E.K.K.A.s and the king. The lava hound there still alive somehow. I suppose nothing's done any damage to it, and it's not really doing too much significant damage to our troops, so nothing too much to worry about there. The last of the heal spells went up on the top side of the base there. The queen still doing a fantastic job at cleaning up all the way around that base to that right hand side. We have a few cleanup troops in as well. Those goblins gonna do their best to get through that wall. The queen should be able to range over that wall, and the Hog Riders also can jump it. But this one pretty much in the bag there. We'll speed it up for Sugar Daddy. A very, very impressive attack here to start off this video. Let's go and take a look at the next one. So the next one we have is SKO or SKO. Not really too sure what they want their name to be pronounced like, but we're going to be starting with a king here midway through this left hand side of the base. Also a baby dragon going to be going in from this left hand side. It looks like SKO is going to be running a queen charge here on this base. A pretty open air defense there on that left hand side will make it pretty easy for that queen to push in there and deal with that. In go the healers when that king is far enough away. We definitely do not want that king to be taking our healers from our queen, but she can now start her push into this base. It looks like there is a little open compartment there that the queen can go straight through, which is pretty perfect to be honest for us. We've already taken down one expo. Looks like we're going to take down a bomb tower there, the next expo, and actually going to start with that stone slammer a lot earlier than I would have expected. I would have expected S to wait a little bit, deal with the enemy clan castle as well as the enemy queen, because if the clan castle had pushed to that stone slammer, it may have caused a few issues. But I'm going to get that stone slammer in and save those healers, which is pretty important, especially in an attack like this. Looks like these sweepers now going to be doing a little bit of work onto our stone slammer, but it should still be able to get a few shots off, dealing with one of those sweepers there that is aimed towards that right hand side. Going to get a loon pushing up from the top hand side of this base, should be able to snipe that cannon without that archer tower tower, yes, being in range, which is perfect. Another rage spell goes down for our queen up the top. Keep an eye on her. The stone slammer somehow still doing so much work down on the bottom section of this base. Now starting to get a few of these balloons pushing in. We have another lava hound coming in from this right hand side, and a couple of balloons either side following them in. Haste spell goes down to propel these balloons straight in towards that air defense. Another freeze spell going down just to keep that stone slammer and these balloons alive against that multi-target inferno. Is the stone slammer even going to pop? Yes, finally just pops right there at the last second, but probably didn't even need to. If these balloons push down, they will still have the benefit of that haste spell, but it looks like they're going to push up and help some of these minions clean up the buildings up at the top of the base. Queen going to be doing her best to push into the middle to deal with that clan castle in the middle, which for a lot of these attacks is the final defense, or final building, excuse me, to go down. We have a couple of lava hounds as well that haven't actually popped, which is unusual in these style of attacks. We also have a swagged haste spell down there at the bottom section. You can see in level 4 haste spell swag there, so impressive stuff indeed from Sko. That's the name I'm going to go with, definitely my favourite of all the names I could think of for them. Very impressive stuff indeed, and it's great to see such a diverse meta at Town Hall 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. I think the game where it is now is so much better than where it has been in the past. I think there's a lot of strategies that can be used to hit bases, and a lot of strategies that can 3-star bases now. So yeah, I'm loving these attacks, especially from Die Crew. They've just been providing top-notch replays, and if you haven't already, there was a Town Hall 10 in the last GML war, in the last Die Crew war, that did a mass minion attack and managed to pull off the 3-star. So I'll leave that in a card right above. Make sure you go and check that out at the end of the video, preferably. Stay tuned for some more attacks in this one. Let's go and take a look. So here we go, we have Many-Faced God coming in now, and it looks like we're going to be going in with a Queen Charge dragon attack. So actually risky at the start already, going to be starting with those healers on the Queen, but that King was awfully close. But luckily the King hadn't taken any damage, so the healers will focus in on the Queen. We also have a baby dragon there on that right hand side of the base. The King is going to be taking care of that Town Hall for us, picking up the 1st star, the all important 1-star that no one wants. Everyone wants the 3-star, but the Town Hall getting it down is something that has to be done. Going to be getting a Cocoa Loon in there, but actually a Tesla farm pops up at the bottom section, so the balloon is going to go over there and help take that down, which actually turns out to be pretty helpful here. Going to take down one of those Teslas while the King is tanking for the other one. So great stuff indeed. Queen is dealing with that Eagle Artillery. That goes down, which is perfect. And you can see Many-Faced God saw the weakness in this base. If that Queen Charge goes right, which it looks like it will, Poison Spell down for the Clan Castle troops, we will be able to pick up 3 of those air defenses, which is huge for an attack like this. So all of the Clan Castle troops dealt with. Queen is going to get onto that Grand Warden statue. It goes down. She is now taking out 1 and 2 and 3 of the air defenses right there, moving on to deal with that Wizard Tower, and the Queen Charge portion of this attack is pretty much done. We have the Stone Slammer coming in from that left hand side, actually going to be pushing in against one of these air sweepers, which is going to push our dragons right around the base, unfortunately, rather than straight through the middle. We also have that enemy Queen, which we will have to deal with pretty quickly. Grand Warden's ability used pretty much at the perfect time, just as that air defense and those expos are raining down fire on our dragons and our balloons. The Queen is going to have a little bit of a challenge to get through some of these walls on the back end here, so it will be up pretty much to these dragons to finish off this base. We have a few cleanup troops swinging around this top side of the base, just starting to work on them, trying to get them down. Dragon's going to take care of the bomb tower there and then continue pushing into this multi-target inferno. But at this point, Many-Faced God knew they had it in the bag. Queen's ability going to be swagged there, so hugely impressive stuff from them in this one. Let's go and take a look at another attack which is just as good, if not better. Wolfie is going to be the next attacker for us here, going in against Soldier of Land, and you can see going in with that all popular drag bat strategy. So we're going to be starting with a bowler here on this left hand side. We also have a wizard cleaning out one of those structures on the top section of that base, actually going to avoid one of those mortar shots there, which is pretty helpful for us. The bowler's still going to get a little bit of value there. I'm guessing Wolfie would have been looking to get a little bit more bounce value, however. Going to get the king in to help that bowler there on that left hand side. A few wizards also going to go in and help take that down. The enemy king now going to come over, so they should be able to take that down down pretty quickly here. We have a wizard and I believe it was a minion trying to clean up a couple of these structures on the top. Unfortunately, not really getting that much value there at the top. In goes an ice golem there. Looks like there was a little gap in the base, so obviously one of these bases that hadn't been updated since those army camps got reduced. Queen behind that ice golem, gonna do a huge amount of work here, gonna get in and take care of one of those air defenses already. Ice golem popping, just freezing up some of those defenses in the area. Queen still has pretty much free reign to deal with some of these. A bowler and a wizard going to be able to take care of another of those air defenses there on that left hand side, and the funnel is totally set right here. Queen somehow going to range that expo. I really don't know how. She is just going to get that down with the last shot right there before she falls herself. Warden's ability used pretty early. We get the poison spell down for those clan castle troops. All of those archers could certainly hold up our dragons for quite a bit. We are also pushing right against one of those air sweepers. Stone Slam are going to be swinging in from that top section of the base, moving on to that multi-target inferno, which is key to get down as quickly as we can. That enemy queen doing so much damage in the center of the base. Finally, our dragons getting that down, and in comes these bats from the top section of that base. Luckily, one of those ice golems tanking for the wizard tower there on entry, and the other wizard tower with the other ice golem there. Perfect placement from Wolfie, completely ripping through this base. Unfortunately, that multi-target inferno did get a little bit of value off there before Wolfie was able to get that first free spell down, but the second one goes down and those bats will rip through that wizard tower before it thaws out and deal with any of them. And complete overkill here. Those max level balloons looking pretty nice coming out of the clan castle there will help a little bit in cleanup, but it will pretty much be up to the bats and that little single minion at the top of the base. So I believe I've already covered some of Wolfie's attacks actually in some of the other GML wars. So like I said, I will leave them in cards above, so make sure you go and check them out at the end of the video. All of the GML wars have just been spectacular. I don't know what it is about Germans, but they can certainly attack in Clash of Clans. Let's go and take a look at the last attack of this video, which I believe is a Town Hall 12. And here we go, the last attack of this video. We have OC Stony coming in here, and it looks like a Pee-wee Bow Bat. Yes. Yeah. Pekka's Witches, Bowlers, Bat Spells. Yeah, Pee-wee Bow Bat. Going to be pushing in from this right hand side of the base. Going to be starting off with a bit of a mini queen charge there. The healers probably will switch over to those Pekkas and bowlers at some point. We have an E-Drag also on this right hand side getting some fantastic chain value for us. None of those air defenses will be able to range it, so it should be able to get off a few lightning shots before continuing its journey. We are continuing to push through the center of this base. Ward's ability used pretty early on there, so we do not have that when the Giga Bomb goes off from that Town Hall explosion. But we do have two of those new max level dragons coming out of the clan castle, which our troops will have to deal with. The queen luckily stepping up and dealing with them pretty quickly. We now have the bat spells coming in from this right hand side. Freeze spells making sure that they go down nice and quickly, but it looks like these bats will probably fall to that Giga Tesla pretty quickly indeed. The wall wrecker finally getting in range of that Town Hall, so it should go down pretty quickly right there. Boom, Giga Bomb goes off, but it doesn't do too much damage as we have some Pekkas and Ice Golems which have pretty high hit points, so they can continue through this base. Queen gonna range from behind these troops that are tanking for us a little bit. That E-Drag somehow still alive on that right hand side of the base. We have a couple of troops at the top, that one healer keeping that Pekka alive there to do a little bit more work for us at the top. We have one bowler, not really too sure where he's been. He's coming down now to help out as much as he can. One of our ice golems popping there. We have a wizard, a couple of archers on this bottom section, but this one definitely in the bag here for Stony. Going to continue pushing on through. The warden helping out a little bit as well. That archer tower, the only defense left up. This one, like I said, definitely in the bag. So just as this one finishes off, we will wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the support. None of this would be possible without you guys supporting the channel. It is a lot of effort for me, but I love doing it and I love seeing you guys stop by the videos. So thank you so much if you're still watching. It really means a lot to me. If you haven't already, drop a like on the video. Like I said at the start, it pushes me further up the search rankings, which helps the channel quite significantly. Also, thank you to all those who left comments in the last one. I believe it was one of the Die Crew guys saying, take a shot every time I say significantly. Yes, I know, I say it a hell of a lot. So apologies for that. But thank you so much for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot, like I said. And I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that might be, with a face cam. Peace.